kung'aa. I was like, girl, they're not gonna believe you. Welcome back to my channel, and it's your girl Jerop. And if you haven't subscribed yet, just subscribe because this story is juicy. It's juicy. Back again with a very interesting video. So if you haven't watched part 1, you better go watch it. So it's really nice, I think. Yeah. So part 2, we were on Monday. So it's Monday. We are just going about with our business. Yes, Sunja Monday is a day of kung'ara. So tumeng'ara as usual. Tuko class. It was just after parade. They didn't say that issue on parade. So I was like, that issue has ended or something. Or maybe, I don't know. I just assumed it had ended. So after the parade, tuko class. We are in a class. A teacher is in class. So they called us again, the same way they called us, class by class, and then I peeped. I was like, oh my god, what are they going to tell us this time around? Because by this time they've already read our stories, the ones we wrote, and now we have to like tell them what really happened from our perspective or something. I was thinking a lot of things, and there's this the close friend of mine who didn't smoke. She was like, I'm carrying my inhaler, and then I'm going to be like, me, I didn't smoke because I have asthma, and you know I can't smoke because I have asthma. Girl, they're not gonna believe you. So you cannot believe what happened that day, because tumechungulia. I'm like, it's the same story. So what are they going to tell us this time around? Because they were so quiet for a long time. I was like, maybe they've forgotten about the story, but they didn't. They did not. So tuko hapo kwa hiyo, there's usually a bench outside the deputy principal's office. So we've sat there. You're entering one by one. So the first girl to enter, her face, as in, how do I give this description? As in, her facial expression was so different. So ametoka nje, and she was like, I think we were given letters, siko sure, but she just told us kuna kuongea. I was like, man. So unaingia shundani. So the next person entered, the next person, and then it was my turn. Unaingia, unaambiwa tu upatane namba ya mzazi. Your parent is called. They're told that your child is coming home, but then as in, your child has been suspended, but then they don't tell you what happened. So me, venye nikaingia, they asked for my mom's number. First they ask you if you have transport. I didn't have transport, but I didn't want to talk to my mom, because if you listen to my very first story, you know that my mom is fire, you know. So I didn't want to call her. So tumetoka nje. Nikatoka nje nikamwambia, me, don't want to call my mom, I have transport. So we had to walk from tumepata suspension, tunaingia class. Everyone is like, even the girl who set us up, as in mwenye alitusema, she was like, mumeambiwa nini? I was like, girl,
what is your business about that one? I don't have any time for any gossip now. Yes.
You know, I ain't got time for this. As in, I was so pissed at her because I knew it was definitely her. The story had died, and then as in, all of a sudden tumeitwa, as in, they know we had cigarettes. I was the one who was left with it, nini. So I was so pissed off at her. So, and I told her, mumeambiwa nini? Even the deputy head girl was like, mumeambiwa nini? It was so annoying, by the way. We're actually friends right now. We talk and everything. But that day they were pissing me off by asking me that question. So, tulikuwa tumeagree, we're not talking to anyone. And we were not even upset. We were smiling and telling people, bye, we're going home for 2 weeks. Ama ilikuwa 1 week, we're going home. So tumeenda tukachukua vitu zetu, our bags. We didn't carry a lot of things. We just carried like 2-3 books to demonstrate that maybe we're going to study at home. Na tulikuwa tumeng'ara. We just kept everything in safe na tukaenda. So tuko outside the gate. I'm like, me, I don't have transport. I just have transport nitanifikisha Eldoret. So from our school, where our school is, it's very rare for a matatu, ma3 kupita hapo. So we had to hike till where we can get a mat. And when you get a mat, it will just fikisha us to the next town, and then from that town you can get to Eldoret. So we had to hike up that. It is like a hill, so we had to walk. And there's this geography teacher who saw us hiking, and then he went to school and told the other students at I saw them. They were like, freedom. And then when someone asks us, what did you do? Mmefukuzwa nyumbani, kwani mmefukuzwa juu ya fee? And then we were like, hatukufanya hivyo, for real, hatukufanya hivyo. That teacher was just exaggerating, but he was a joker. I think he was joking, but at the same time I don't think he was joking. So tumehike tukafika kwa njia, matatu ikakaa. It was an empty mat, so tukaingia sisi wote, those two mini cars, mini mats, you know them, I think inakunga 7-seater. Tukaingia tukakaa si wote ndani. So we were thinking, how are we going to go? I had an aunt who worked in Eldoret, but I couldn't call her because nobody had to know that I was suspended. Nobody actually knows mpaka saizi I was ever suspended in high school. And tukikuwa hiyo form 3, I remember us saying, aki nimefika form 3 na sijasuspendiwa, I don't think I'll ever get suspended. And to make matters worse, kuna di form 4s amongst us. So tuko kwa gari and tunapiga simu home, tunaambiana mom, nimefukuzwa home. So everybody was like, mom, my close friend, she was like, mom, nimefukuzwa home because of this and this, but I didn't do it. Alisema tu, mom, nimefukuzwa home, I'll just come and tell you why. Just send me money ndo niweze kufika home. The next person, tuliomba makanga simu. So it was only makanga na the driver. So you get the phone and you're like, mom, nimefukuzwa home, niko kwa njia na come, please send me money, I'll tell you what I've done. So everybody didn't say what they had done. Then it reached to this particular lady. I'll never forget how she said it. So she was cheeky, she still is cheeky. So she picked the call, she called her mom. She was like, hello mom, tumefukuzwa home. Akasema, ai, kwa nini na nimelipa fee? She was like, tumesuspendiwa. Kwa nini? Wametuwekelelea tumevuta sigara. And then the driver and the conductor were like, both of them looked behind and looked at us, and they were like, hey, wasichana. They didn't say it because my school was very respected. It was an AIC, you remember? So they were so shocked. That was like the peak of our as in kutoka tukue shule hadi tufike town. That was like the peak of entertainment, ama sijui nisemaje, because we laughed the whole way up to Eldoret. So when we reached Eldoret, we were so tulikuwa tunakaa tuko wengi. So when we reached, tukafika to this stage, tukishuka kwa gari, every makanga, every driver, every person in that stage is staring at us. They have already been told, hata tujashuka kwa gari and they already have the news. I was like, what's going on? You know, news traveled so fast. I was so shocked because it's like the middle of the term. No student is supposed to be seen around with uniform kama uko boarding, especially if you're in my school. So watu walikuwa wameshtuka. Sasa mwenye tulifika Eldoret, we had to part ways, kila mtu ende njia zake. Me, I had to go to Nairobi. My other friends stayed in Eldoret. Mwingine alikuwa anakaa Kitale. Another one stayed in Nandi Hills. So all of them had to go their separate ways. So hapo ndo unajua, that is where reality now kicks in. You are like, man, I'm alone. Siko na hao marafiki zangu tutahypeana up nini. So we were, but then the lady who snitched on us tulikuwa tumempangia. So after that time, kila mtu ameenda home. Sasa mimi nimeshatumia transport, nimeitoa. That is when I'm like, you know what, my mom is for sure gonna kill me. So my mom works in Naivasha. and we stay in Nairobi. So she stays in Naivasha. She was like, don't go to Nairobi, just panda gari ya Nairobi, but don't go to Nairobi. Ukifika this place and this place, ushuke. Kasema sawa. So I knew my life had ended. So kufika hapo, nikashukishwa na hiyo gari. I went with my mom to her place. Nilikuwa nimeshtuka yangu yote. Because my mom was so upset. But then she couldn't tell anyone. The only people who knew, the only grown-ups who knew were my teachers in school and my mom and my dad. So nimeshuka, mamangu amenichukua. So tuko kwa gari, but then there's another lady who my mom works with, so she can't talk about the issue. So akasema, so she made up a story and said that nimekuja home because of nafaa kwenda check up ya macho. That is what we said. So kufika huko, that night my mom was talking to me and she was like, why did you smoke? I was like, it was the devil. It was the devil. For real, it was the devil. I'm not proud of that day. I will never be proud of that day. But you know, I was telling my mom, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. I didn't even like it. It was actually so horrible. I choked, nini. So my mom just told me to tell her the whole story. I told her the whole story. She scolded me. She told me a lot of things. She advised me. And then my dad came. My dad just told me, yani uliamua kuvuta sigara. I was like, I'm sorry, I won't repeat it. My dad was like, okay, it's fine. Just don't do it again. It's not good. It's not a good picture. You're a girl. So, we stayed home for about a week or two. And then we went back to school. My mom took me back to school because my dad was busy. My mom was the only one who took me back. So during on the way, we didn't have an awkward situation. We were like talking normally, tunacheka, we're making jokes, as in tunapiga moshene, everything was just normal. Tukafika kwa gate, I looked at my mom, as in she went from to like that. You know, I was so scared that we could get, because I know my mom, if she was given an opportunity, she would whoop me. So tumeingia kwa gate. My mom was so calm. She talked to the other parents. We were the previous day. Ilikuwa form 4 came first and then us, because it is a long story. Lazima uingie ndani uongee useme nini ili happen. So tumeingia ndani ya unalifika wa kwanza na unatendiwa wa kwanza. So tumeatendiwa. Before we were attended to, viboko zikaletwa. Viboko as in, you know the way they pick viboko from trees. There were many zikaingishwa ndani. I was like, oh my god. So everybody entered. I was the last one, and nilikuwa wa mwisho because I reached the last one huko. So mtu anapigwa kutoka hapo, nani umekasirikia mzazi hadi umuongeleshi. Mzazi anaenda kwa gari, kama ulikuwa umekuja na shopping na unaichukua, as in you just don't talk to your parents, you just don't tell them bye kama kawaida. So it was my turn. Nimeingia ndani. I am scared to my, I'm so scared, natetemeka. Nikaambiwa niseme story, nikasema story yangu. Wakasema yenyewe nyinyi form 3 stories zenyu zimeingiana, but the form 4s stories zao zina vary. Me, I was like, I don't care, just beat me, I go. So they asked me, what punishment do you want? I was like, since you've already given me a punishment to go home for a week, I would like you to give me a punishment to wash at the whole dining hall alone. They were like, okay, no problem. What other punishment? I was like, oh Jesus, they just want to beat me. I was like, okay, I will nitalima shamba. They were like, fine, tutakupatia pia shamba ulime. What else? Then another teacher who I didn't like said, lazima uchapwe viboko. Na we're not going to beat you. Your mom is going to beat you viboko 4. My mom was like, hold up, viboko 4 tu? I know hizo vijiti za mti zinakwanga mbaya. Sijui hiyo mti inaitwa nini, but aki zinakwanga mbaya. She was like, 4 tu? No. Mimi namchapa 4 zangu, 4 times 2 za babake, na plus 2 juu nimetoka all the way from Nairobi to here for this nonsense. Nakwambia hiyo siku nilichapwa, achana na ile kichapo yangu ya primary. That day My mom, I was screaming, and then there's this teacher who was rejoicing. She was just holding my head down because unalala chini, and that office was so tiny, so you have to go under teacher's legs. So nimeingia hivi katikati ya mguu ya mwalimu mmoja. She was a she. So nimeingia katikati ya mguu yake, amenishikilia kichwa. My mom is whooping she didn't even give me 10 strokes, I swear. She gave me more than 10 strokes. Sasa sasa nimekasirika. And mamangu akanichapa, akaanza akasema, cause tumeshakuchapa, tumekusamehea, just don't ever do it again. So tumemalizana na hiyo story. My mom, I was so pissed off because amenichapa mingi na kila mtu amechapwa 4. Mimi tu peke yangu ndo nimechapwa 10. I cried that day the whole time, from it was around 4 p.m. hadi usiku nililia. I cried so much. So nikabang mlango, nikitoka kwa when my mom had packed her car, nikipanda kwenda classes. This teacher who was holding my head was like, unakasirike mamako nienda alivuta sigara. I was like, okay, just don't talk to me. I was so pissed. Nikienda huko ndani, this girl who had snitched on us was like, mmeambiwa nini? Mtafanya nini? I was, as in, it was so annoying because you already know what you're going to do because you're the one who went and snitched on us. So that is the end of my story. The moral of this story is, do not ever smoke. Smoking will literally kill you. For sure, for sure. So there's this friend of mine who recently told me, we have limited breaths. Don't waste your breaths thinking about somebody else. As in, don't waste your breaths on useless things, like thinking about what people will say, thinking about how you're supposed to act around people. Yeah. So this story, I'm not proud of it, but it's a story I have to tell you guys. So thank you for watching till the end. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and join the notification family so that when I post, you're the first one to know. Thank you for watching again. Bye guys.